It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Senator Rand Paul. Well, he says to resist COVID mandates, passports, and forced vaccinations. Let's hear his words and then explain legally why #do not comply. That's now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Click the like. Leave your comments. Be like, type. And definitely help us out by sharing this video in your timelines or groups. Because, man, the shadow ban is real. Big techs don't like this. They don't like what we're about to talk about. But Senator Rand Paul, there he is, looking good. He's the senator, Republican senator out of Kentucky. Well, he urged Americans to resist potential forthcoming lockdown measures, saying that the country could not go back to the state that it was in last year. So in the video that he posted on his Twitter account, I recommend you go follow. This was Sunday, where Senator Rand Paul said, quote, "It's time for us to resist."
It's time for us to resist. They can't arrest all of us. They can't keep all of your kids home from school. They can't keep every government building closed, although I've got a long list of ones they might keep closed or might ought to keep closed. We don't have to accept the mandates, lockdowns, and harmful policies of the petty tyrants and bureaucrats. We can simply say no, not again. Nancy Pelosi, you will not arrest or stop me or anyone on my staff from doing our jobs. We have either had COVID, had the vaccine, or been offered the vaccine. We will make our own health choices. We will not show you a passport. We will not wear a mask. We will not be forced into random screenings and testings so you can continue your drunk with power reign over the Capitol.
I'm loving it so far. Like, we're talking about leadership just a few minutes ago, right? This guy's stepping up and being a leader.
True, President Biden, we will not accept your agency's mandates or your reported moves towards a lockdown. No one should follow the CDC's anti-science mask mandates. And if you want to shut down federal agencies again, some of which aren't even back to work yet, I will stop every bill coming through the Senate with an amendment to cut their funding if they don't come back to work in person.
Yeah.
Local bureaucrats and union bosses, we will not allow you to do more harm to our children again this year. Children are not at any more risk from COVID than they are from the seasonal flu. Every adult who works in schools has either had the vaccine or had their chance to get vaccinated. There is no reason for mask mandates, part-time schools, or any lockdown measures. Children are falling behind in school and are being harmed physically and psychologically by the tactics that you have used to keep them from the classroom during the last year. We won't allow it again. If a school system attempts to keep children from full-time in-person school, I will hold up every bill with 2 amendments, one to defund them and another to allow parents the choice of where the money goes for their child's education. Do I sound fed up to you? That's because I am. I'm not a career politician. I practiced medicine for 33 years. I graduated from Duke Medical School. I've worked in emergency rooms. I've studied immunology and
He's a real doctor, by the way.
I was wondering about that, if he was PhD doc or real doc.
It's not like Dr. Jill Biden, okay? This is a real doctor. Right?
Not to take away from academia, but this guy knows his stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
However, he does not demand that you call him Dr.
That's right. This is true.
Rand Paul.
I didn't even know.
He's referred to as Senator Rand Paul.
Yeah,
Good point.
I had no clue until just now that he was a doctor.
urology.
He's a gynecologist.
So here's the deal.
Give him a call.
If you're the king, you don't have to tell anybody you're the king.
That's right.
If you're not, and you want to be, you generally, I put it this way. In the military, I used to, people would come around, I'm the commander. And I'm like, well, are you trying to convince us or you? Like,
That's right.
If you have to tell people that you're in charge, you're not.
That's right. Yeah.
And I ultimately chose to become an eye surgeon. I've been telling everyone for a year now that Dr. Fauci and other public health bureaucrats were not following the science, and I've been proven right time and time again.
He also called him out and tracked down the money that Dr. Fauci was providing to a lab in a place called Wuhan, China.
And he's not Epstein yet?
Wait for it.
But I'm not the only one who's fed up. I can't go anywhere these days without people coming up and thanking me for standing up for them, whether I'm at work or at events in Kentucky, at airports, in restaurants, or in stores. People thank me for taking a stand. They thank me for standing up for actual science, for standing up for freedom, for standing against mandates, lockdowns, and bureaucratic power grabs. I think the tide is turning as more and more people are willing to stand up. I see stories from across the country of parents standing up to the unions and school boards. I see brave moms standing up and saying, my kids need to go back to school in person.
It is so good to see parents finally involved in what happens to their children while at school. Where in the past, and I don't blame them, but it was on almost like an automatic, okay, wake up, make the sandwiches, drop you off at school, you're doing your thing, okay, I'll see you when you get done with practice, I'll pick you back up. Yeah. Hey, how was your day? Good for you. While all the time, that information, the indoctrination was just happening.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they've been woke. They've been woke up to what their kids are being fed, and they're tired of it.
Yo, these parents are awake, not woke, is what we like to say.
There you go. That's
Finally,
better said.
though.
Better
Finally.
said. They are awake. Yeah. Exactly.
They are awake.
And we're being allowed to have a voice, too. That's a big thing.
The silent majority is about to get really loud.
Yeah.
I see members of Congress refusing to comply with petty tyrant Pelosi. We are at a moment of truth and a crossroads. Will we allow these people to use fear and propaganda to do further harm to our society, economy, and children? Or will we stand together and say, absolutely not. Not this time. I choose freedom.
It's the Joe Padula Show.
Bada bing.
Clarksville's conversation.